Hi crocheters of the world. Finally finished my poncho. This is a beginning of the autumn poncho, or spring it may be, or you know that chilly evenings in summer. It's just lovely. It's just lovely. It's the Jasmin stitch with the Solomon knot. It's a pattern stitch that I created and I adore. Actually, I already have a cardigan video and design with this stitch, and now I have the poncho, and actually a cardigan and a scarf, a shawl, sorry, a shawl, and now I have the poncho. I just adore this stitch. Isn't it something, I don't know, fancy? Now, let me tell you about the yarn that I used and about the thing that is so light. It's nothing. It's like you have nothing on you, but it's still warm and nice, and it's like an embrace. So lovely. Now, the yarn that I used, it's beautiful. It's the cake wool light that you can find obvious in my shop. It's this one. It's just lovely, and this is available again because it was out of stock, and now it is available again, so you can just purchase exactly these colors. Are just lovely, or you can choose other colors, obvious. And there is the version with a little bit of lurex in it. So fancy. Much more fancy. So what can I say about this yarn? It is to be worked with 4mm hook. Actually, I'm working on my project with 4mm hook, and it's it doesn't finish. It's just like I used only one. So one skein. It's 2000 grams in one skein, and in a pack there are 2 skeins. I use only one, actually less than one. So this is the idea. I used less than one for mine. It's a medium size. I show you in the tutorial how to work it from a baby girl to an adult size. Okay, it's so easy. And I also show you how to work it without sleeves, and of course with sleeves. I love the ponchos with sleeves. I don't know, they are more comfy for me. Okay, but if you want to, you can just work it without sleeves. And because I have one more skein, I said I have to do something with this because it's so beautiful. And I just yesterday I began a project that it was into my mind. It is a scarf worked with a stitch that I found on the internet. Actually, even this scarf I saw it in the internet, and I was so very happy to that I succeeded in working it. And I just began it, but there will be the tutorial. Look at it! Oh my gosh, I love it! I love it! Just look at it! Look at it! Look at it! Isn't it just lovely? Okay, I am so very happy, so very passionate. This is the idea. So I let you do the tutorial now, and if you don't want to work with this cake, you can choose the magic mohair. It's another very lovely stitch. From my point of view, a color changing stitch, a color changing yarn would be better than a just one color yarn, but you can choose. You can also email me if you don't know the yarn that you want to choose, and I will be so happy to give you some ideas. I like to do the tutorial. Bye bye. So let's see how to work this poncho with or without sleeves. So now I am explaining you how to work it without sleeves, and then I will show you how to work it with sleeves, because the most important thing is, if you want to work it as a poncho only, is to understand how to begin for the measure, obvious. So you will be able to work it from a baby size size to a adult size, okay, once I will finish with this explanation. The only thing is that you need to increase on this side in the middle and on the other side in the middle. That's all. So you will just continue on working like this. Now, another very important thing. This is a stitch that I created from, it's a combo stitch from the Solomon's knot and the Jasmin stitch, and I adore it. As you can see, it's really beautiful. I already created a scarf with this stitch. I will put the link below, and I already worked the stitch, did the video tutorial on how to work it. And if you actually don't know how to work it, I gently invite you to work a swatch of the stitch to understand it, to learn it, and you have the link below. And if you don't have it, just tell me and I will give it to you, because usually I forget to put it. Okay, now let's see how to work this poncho, how to begin actually to work it. It's really easy. Now, first of all, we will begin with Solomon's knots, and we will put a number of, this is the formula, put a even number of Solomon knots that we will just join together to create the circumference of the neckline. Now here it's actually depends on you about the circumference. It's you to decide how many. I put 24 for my my size. So here I will put only 10 because actually, or maybe 8. Yes, let's go with 8 because it's only to show you the most important thing, how to increase. So I will chain 1 and begin with the first. As for the Solomon knots, it's important. I'm working with 4 mm. Oops, this is 4.5 with 4 millimeters hook. It's actually the hook request from the label of the yarn, and actually try to work them more or less the same measure. I try to let them on 2 centimeters, okay, and just like this, like that. So this is how we work. We have to work, as I said, even number, the circumference of the neckline. 2, 4, 5, 6. It's like this. 7. So pull up a loop about 2 centimeters. Then pinch here in the middle, yarn over, pull through that loop. Now insert hook here where you have the space and pull up another loop. Yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, this is how you work the Solomon knot. 2, 4, 6, 7 and 8. I have my 8 stitches, and now I just want, let's say that this is the circumference that I need, is not, but let's suppose it is, and I will insert hook into the beginning chain and slip stitch to join. What we need more are 2, 1, and where is the second? 1 and 2. 2 markers. Now we will begin with the increase, and actually here at the beginning and at the end actually of each round we will begin with half of the increase, because will be a double increase, so half of the increase, and we will work completed the second increase on the other side. Now at the end of the round actually. Now another very important thing is that I will work, so this stitch is worked as the Jasmin stitch. For the Jasmin stitch we need 3 Solomon knots to complete 1 stitch and 2 Solomon knots together to work the increase, sorry. So we always begin with a solitary Solomon knot, and now let's get increase. So as I said, we need 2 Solomon knots. 1, yarn over, insert hook exactly where you began into that single crochet where you slip stitched to join, exactly into that one, like this. We have 2, yarn over, and now pinch here, keep these two like one Solomon knot, pull through and single crochet. Here we have it. Okay, and we just want to put the marker here into the single crochet of the solitary Solomon knot. And now I will work half of the stitches that I put. In my case here it's only there are only 4. In the other one, mine, I worked 12. So I will work Jasmin stitches. So 3 Solomon knots together. 1, yarn over. Let's insert hook exactly where we began. Again, this is the second. Yarn over and skipping 1 Solomon knot into the single crochet. This is the third. Now we have 3. We pinch, we keep them like this together, and we pinch like this, yarn over, pull through, and now we have it. This is one completely Jasmin stitch work with the Solomon knot. So 1, I will work the second. 2, where we work the third of the previous, yarn over, skip 1 horizontal Solomon knot and work the third. Here it is. One, 2, and 3. One, 2, and 3. Okay, and I worked 4. Now I won't count this because this one is the increase. I will count 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I just completed half of my 8 stitches, and here I will work my double increase, a completed double increase. So here I add one horizontal Solomon knot with the increase, so working only 2. We just add 1 and we just don't work a completed stitch. To work a completed stitch you have to skip 1 horizontal bar with the last Solomon knot, the third one. Okay, so like this you complete 1 and we have the horizontal Solomon knots that we count. Okay, and to work the increase, 1 insert hook here, and this is the second. This is the first increase. Okay, and now I will put the marker into the single crochet. I just add 1 horizontal Solomon knot. You can see it. I add it. I haven't it here, but I have it here. Okay, here I have 1 and 1. Here I don't have it. Okay, so this is increase, and this is the second 1, and into the same stitch. This is the second, like this, and this is my double increase. Okay. Now I will continue on working the other side, the other part of the stitches. Of course, it must be the same number. So I have 4, and this is the first 1, 2, and 3. This is a completed Solomon knot, a completed Jasmin stitch. Sorry, 1, 2, and 3. Again, 1, 2, and 3. And this is my third. I need to work 1 more. As you can see, I have to complete 1 more. I have 1 more horizontal bar here, horizontal Solomon knot. 1, 2, and 3. Here exactly where we began, where the round begins. Okay. And now what I need to do, as I said at the beginning of this round, this first round, is that I need to put one more increase, so one more horizontal bar, horizontal Solomon knot, and I just work one Solomon knot, just like that, and then slip stitch into the stitch with the marker, which is the first stitch, like this. So I have it here and here, and this is my increase. Okay, and this is actually how you will continue on for the length that you need for your poncho. One more thing, very, very important, and we will complete 2 more rounds together, just for you to better understand the way you will have to work. So let's see how to work. I will take off the marker. We finish like this our round. Now we will chain and turn, always turn, because we want the line in the middle to be straight, not pending on right side or on left side. Okay, so don't forget to turn to begin a new round. It's like working in rows. We work the solitary Solomon knot and we immediately put the marker in. And now we begin with the first increase. 1 and into the same stitch work the second. And close them together. This is the increase. Now I will just work Jasmin stitches until I will work the last into the stitch with the marker. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The horizontal Solomon knots will be counted. But you don't need to count, you just work. Let me show you. Work 1, 2 and skipping 1 horizontal Solomon knot, we work the third, and this is my very first Jasmin stitch. Then again 1, 2, where we work the third of the previous, and the third, skipping the horizontal Solomon knot, and again 1, 2, where we work the third of the previous Jasmin stitch and skipping the Solomon knot, the third. Again 1, 2, where we work the third of the previous Jasmin stitch and the third, skipping the horizontal Solomon knot. And this is the Jasmin stitch, and I will just continue on like this, as I said, until I will work the third stitch of my Jasmin stitch into the stitch with the marker, and it's here. It's now. It's now. Okay? And this will be the last on one side. Now I will work the double increase. So take off the marker. Work 1 increase. 1 and 2. And 1 and 2. Oops. And this is my double increase. I have the marker in between. Okay, and now I will continue on working all the stitches on the other side. 1. The second, it's where we work the second of the increase, skipping 1 Solomon knot, horizontal Solomon knot is the third. And again 1, 2, 1, 2, where we work the third and skipping 1 horizontal Solomon knot is the third. We keep them like this, punch them like this together. It's like this. It's not difficult to work this stitch, it's just that you have to practice a little bit. That's all. So, like this. Punch and pinch, sorry, punch. 1, 2, and 3. One, 2, and 3. Now I will work my last one. 1, 2, and the third, it's exactly where we began. And this is my last Jasmin stitch of the row, and I will finish with the increase. Increase meaning 1 solitary Solomon knot that I go and slip stitch into the single crochet with the marker where I began the round, like this. Okay, the shape, I have it. What I need to do is just to continue on exactly following these easy steps. Now this is how we will continue on, exactly like this. And as you can see, we have a nice and straight line. We already have 2 increases here. This is the line. I will show you here because it's much better. Here it is. Okay, this is the middle line. And now what I want to show you is, if you don't want to, it's so soft, so fluffy, so lovely, so beautiful. If you don't want to work it as a poncho, but you want a poncho with the sleeves, because maybe from my point of view it's much more comfortable, let me show you how to divide and when to divide. So let's see how to divide if you want to put some sleeve on your poncho. So I have on one side means from one marker corner on the other marker corner, and I just count all the Solomon knots, horizontal Solomon knots. I have 36 all around from one to another, so it's 36. So I counted 13 on one side and 13 on the other side, and I put a marker. So for the sleeve I have 10, 5 and 5 on one side, on the other side. Now very important is that for the sleeve, let it narrow enough, so just perfect for the circumference, so straight, okay, because I will show you why. Okay, now how do you know where you will work the division? I have here, so you measure this side, one side, like this. I have 25 centimeters. Now it's 25 centimeters for me, it's perfect. I'm a medium size. If you have a small size, so it's 24 to 25 for a medium size. If you have a small size, you go with 22, 23. If you have a large size, or some centimeters more, so from 25, let's go with 26, 27, and so on. Okay, now let me show you. So you will put a marker to join the stitches that we want to left for the sleeve on one side and on the other side. Put it on you, and if this circumference it's nice and straight around your arm, it's perfect. And now let us begin. So I will just show you, because now you know how to work the stitch. I will begin to work the stitch. Just be sure that I am like this. I need to go ahead and turn and work exactly on one side. I will work exactly the third Solomon knot of the last Jasmin stitch will be worked into the stitch with the marker, and then I will be back to show you actually how to work the division. I am back because I am working on my last Jasmin stitch. This is it. So I work 1, 2, and the third, it's exactly into the stitch with the marker. Okay, now this is my last one. And now I will take off the marker on this side, leave it only on the other side, like this. And now I want to put only one more stitch. So if you want to put one, you just Solomon knot 1. If you want to put 2, you Solomon knot 2, and so on. So I just add underarm only 1 Solomon knot. That will become from the next round a Jasmin stitch, obvious. And now let me show you how to join with the other side. I will work a solitary stitch. Solomon knot would be. So just insert hook into the stitch with the marker and pull up a loop like this. Okay, now we have it. Keep it nice and tight. Pull through one, only through one. And now look what am I doing. Keep them like this. Go like this. Pull up another loop and pull through all. I will show you one more time because this is the most difficult part. And it's not difficult, but it's strange a little bit, but just to block it in place. Okay, so again, insert hook, pull up a loop. And this will be my solitary Solomon knot. Pull through one, we have like this. And then, actually I just don't want to go like this, okay? And pull through all. Now we block it, and I will just continue on to work. Sorry. Here I will work my very first. So pull one, and this is the second, and this is the third. I will skip the first one on this side first. Horizontal Solomon knot, and that's it. Okay. So when I will be back with the other round, the first round after the division, here will be one. This is the last Jasmin stitch on this side. Here I will work on the stitch that I added. I will work one more Solomon knot, Jasmin stitch, and here I will work another Jasmin stitch. And now I will just continue on to work with my Jasmin stitches. 2, 3, and here I am actually working on this side, and I will work the increase here in the middle, then I will go on the other side. I just want to work like this. I will work the same thing on the sleeve, and then I will just finally complete the round. Okay, so this is the round. Okay, sorry, this is the round, this is my first sleeve, just divided. And now I will just continue on like this. I will increase here and then go back on this side, do the same thing on the other sleeve, and back here to finish the round. Now I will finish this round. I will be back to show you on the other round how to work on this side. So I will finish all till here, and then I will be back. Don't forget to turn. I will be back to show you on this side how to work it underarm, even if it's just easy. If you just understand this, you just don't have problems with working all the project. Now it's so beautiful, and it's so relaxing working this stitch, believe me. So I finished my first round, the round of division, let's say. As you can see, I can take off the marker because I really don't need it anymore. And as you can see, I have here the sleeve, actually the armhole, and will be this one now, the round. So we'll begin here and we'll go till here and then back on the opposite side, and the same thing and back. Okay, it's this part remains outside, so the armholes. And obviously we will work exactly the same. So now I just want to see where I finished. I'm not sure, and if I'm not sure, maybe it's better if I undo a little bit. Can you see what I did? I undo a little bit just because I wanted to be sure. So it's like this. Now I will turn. Okay, so don't worry, you can undo to be sure that you turn your work. It's very important to turn your work. Okay, and now I will begin my first actually round without the sleeves, and now I will go on till here, okay, and then I will show you what I exactly worked, because it's not difficult now. It's 1 and 2, so now I will work my increase first, the half increase, you know, 1 and 2. Oops. This, and now I will continue on with my Jasmin stitches, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, like this. Okay, let's continue on. 2 and 3. Okay. Let's go on until here. So I am working to the underarm on the same side where I shown you. I began, and I am here. Almost here. And 1, 2 and 3. Almost here. I want to show you. And we go back and so on. So this will be our short round. Okay, so I am here. I work this. And now I will just go on the other side. So work 1. This is the last on this side, last Jasmin stitch. Here I have it. Then now I will work the Jasmin stitch on my Solomon knot that I just added under arm. Look at it, it's here. And now I am just turning on the other side. Okay, so this is it. This is how it looks. I'm turning on the other side. 1, 2 and 3. This is the first on the other side. If you put added 2, you will work your 2 Jasmin stitches. Depends on how many. So that's it. And now I will go down again to the other corner where I will work my entire double increase. Yes. To the other marker, and then I will go up to the other sleeve, and then down to the end of the round, down to the end of the round. Okay, so that's it. This is the way we work it. Now, as I said, I will go here, then up to the other sleeve. Then I will work exactly the same thing, and then down to the end. And this is how we will continue on working for the length. I will be back to show you how to work then the sleeves, but it's pretty obvious. So I finished my poncho, and now I want to put some sleeve on. So let me show you how to put the sleeves. So we know that here we have 1, so I just added 1 stitch, and I will insert hook at its left side, and we will begin with our solitary Solomon knot, and then we will work our Jasmin stitch, 1, 2, and we skip 1 and we go 3. So we just go on all around with this first round like this. What I want to show you is how to finish and to begin a round. And actually it's more or less the same as you did for the poncho, for the entire poncho, only that now you will work without the increases. This is the difference, the main difference, actually the only difference I can say. And I also want to show you how to decrease if you think you will want to decrease a little bit. Okay, 2 and 3. One, 2 and 3. And just continue on like this. Okay. Two and 3, and I am almost at the end. I have one more, actually 2 more, but I want to explain you something. I have 13, I began with 13 stitches all around, and I will just skip the last. Just want to skip the last. This is the last, okay? Just want to skip it. So I work my second to last stitch, and I don't finish it. As you can see, I have 2 loops on the hook, insert hook into the first and pull through all, and I just skip the last. Okay, and I skip it like this because here I have the solitary one. But if you want to decrease, and now I have only 12, and this is actually the number that I want: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. This is the number that I need for my poncho, for my sleeve of the poncho. And actually I skipped it. Okay, now a very important rule, and then I will show you another way. So this is, I only skipped it because, as I said, we have the beginning solitary Solomon knot, and that's why I worked my last with 3, and then I only skipped. But I want to show you in the middle, let's say, of the sleeve, how to decrease again. First of all, a very important rule is exactly as for the poncho. We turn. So we turn as if we work in rows. Okay, very important to, and we work exactly the same thing. So very important, because we want this beginning joining line to be here in the middle. Okay, now let's go with our second round, and I will show you how to actually finish your round, because into the first actually I finished with a kind of decrease. It was a decrease. Now let me show you here what if you want to decrease and it's not at the end of the round, sorry, but in the middle of or at the beginning. So you work your normal Jasmin stitch like this, and only that you don't want to close it, you yarn over, skip one more, just skip one more, okay? Okay, and now I have 4 instead of 3, and I will just close them all together. And this is how we actually decrease. So you can see here we have only one horizontal bar, and here we have 2. Okay, and from 2 we have only 1, and this is how you actually decrease. Okay, but I won't decrease here. I don't need to. It was just to show you. And now we will just continue on working our Jasmin stitches. Oh, it's so relaxing working this stitch. Once you get the idea, you will just adore it. I am sure. I am just sure. Believe me. Okay, I'll just go on and work. Okay, and now, as I said before, the last thing that I want to show you, so you have all the informations that you need to complete your sleeve, is this one. So this is the last stitch. So I will work 1 and 2, only 2, because don't forget we have the and I don't want to finish it. We have the solitary, which is the 3rd, okay? So that's why when I worked the decrease here at the end of the round, I worked only 3 and not 4, as I shown you before, okay, for the decrease. Okay, so I have 2, and the insert hook, so don't finish it. Insert hook at the beginning into the single crochet here, okay, and pull up a loop and pull through these 2, and now we turn and we continue on. So that's all. That's actually all. This is how you have to continue on to work in length your 2 and 3. To work in length your okay, your sleeve, and that would be all. I already have a sleeve ready. This is my sleeve. Here it is. Oh, it's so soft and so light. It's really, you really don't feel it on you, only the warmth that it gives for this particular beautiful wool yarn, and the beautiful colors, and the rest, it's actually, you don't feel it on you, as it's so light. So thank you for watching. Really thank you. Hope you enjoy this design of mine, and hope you will work some for you, for your friends, for your family. I don't know, it would be so, and it's really grow up fast, believe me. So if you want the yarn that I used, you can just check on on the info box below. You have the link of it. There is these colors, particular colors too, because they are so beautiful, but there are other colors if you want to choose other colors. And of course, if you have questions, you just ask me. I am so very happy, always so very happy to answer to your questions. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to take a look on our yarn shop, and see you at the next tutorial. Bye bye.